the chart for Steven Spielberg, legendary writer, director, award winning for sure. If you look to the eastern horizon using sidereal Vedic zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with Gemini rising at 17 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating that supported his success, and also any health challenges, setbacks. And then we'll look at the timing of events and what we could do to strengthen the chart. So first off, Sun is less than 5 degrees. It's 3 degrees. Any planet that's less than 5 is said to be in infant state, and more than 25 is said to be in old age. And they have some trouble promoting their own signification. So Sun rules the house of success through fine arts, performing arts, and it is placed in the house of partnerships. So he gains success through his partnerships with DreamWorks, and he had a musical score person that he worked with many, many years. Lots of other relationships with actors, etc. Now, Sun for a Gemini chart is also the prime indicator for health, and having it be a little bit weak can affect the immune system. Then we have a weak dispositor Moon. So Moon is sitting in the fifth house, ruling the second house. So it gives the fifth house has to do with entertainment, and Moon itself is the for public, and then the second house has to do with wealth and reputation. So he gained wealth and fame through public entertainment. Now, because it is a little weak, it also affects the immune system, and it can affect the mind and the thinking. So he was dyslexic, and also there was some discrimination against him because he was Jewish growing up. And then this also affects the stability of the marriage. He did have one divorce. So then we have weak dispositor Mars. So Mars is sitting in the house of partnerships, and Jupiter itself is weak, so Mars becomes weak as well. And so Mars is ruling the house of income, and it gives income through partnerships with Paramount, DreamWorks, etc. Then we have weak placement and afflicted by K2 Mercury. Now Mercury sitting in the sixth house. It's a Dustana challenging house, and it can affect health and inner conflict, and and also discrimination there is possible. So he did. So Mercury is ruling the house of happiness, and it is it gives happiness through family, and it is also, because it is a little weak and afflicted by K2. He was diagnosed with ADHD. There was also this discrimination because he was Jewish, and if you look at his movies, they are mostly very intense and scary, like Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park. So then we have weak dispositor Jupiter. Again, Jupiter sitting in the fifth house. Venus is weak, so it can't be any stronger than its dispositor Venus. And it rules the house of partnerships. So it gives partnerships, and you see three planets in the fifth house. Fifth house is entertainment, it's education, it's children, it's investments. But basically, you have Jupiter is conjunct Venus there. So Venus is the fine arts, performing arts, healing arts, and Jupiter is these partnerships, and Moon is has to do with his wealth and public reputation. So this combination really supported his success. The fact that Jupiter and Venus are very closely conjunct and along with Moon, all in this house of entertainment. Now, because Jupiter's weak, it can affect the kidneys. He did have kidney disease and cancer and surgery. And then we have Venus conjunct Jupiter again giving this success in entertainment. But Venus is also indicator for kidney, so because it's weak. Then we have weak dispositor afflicted by K2 Saturn. Saturn is ruling the house of good fortune, placed in the house of wealth. So it gives good fortune through hard work and discipline, very focused. He was like the youngest director ever in Hollywood at 20 years old at that time. And then we have functional malefic Rahu and Ketu at 18 degrees, which is close to the rising sign degree. So that means they afflict 6 out of the 12 houses. They're balancing the body and the spirit. In this case, being in the 6th house and Rahu in the 12th. Rahu gives desire for liberation. Now, because they are afflicting all these houses, there's this inner conflict and the discrimination that he grew up with, and family and divorce. He did have one divorce, and Rahu sitting in the house of surgery. All of those things come up because of Rahu and Ketu. But I think he's really used all of these affliction to his advantages so that he can express this inner conflict through his films. Now let's look at the timing of events. So in 1965, his parents got divorced. That's during a K2 period. So K2's sitting in the house of divorce. And he married, he got a divorce from Amy Irving. Well, he married her at 85 and got a divorce in 89 during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is weak, ruling the house of marriage. Then he married Kate Capshaw, another actress, in 91 during a Mercury period. Mercury is ruling the house of family. Then we have Best Picture in 94 for Schindler's List during a Venus period, Venus Entertainment, ruling the house of entertainment. And then in 99, Saving Private Ryan also got a Best Picture or Golden Globe or Oscar, I can't remember, during a Mars period, Mars bringing in increase in income. And then in February of 2000, he had kidney surgery during a Rahu period. Rahu sitting in the house of surgery and cancer. Rahu is an indicator for cancer. And if you look at the transit chart on the left, when he had his surgery, K2, unexpected events, inflammation, cancer, going through the house of death-like experiences, along with Sun, the prime indicator for health at that time. The outer circle there is the transit at the time of the surgery. Inner circle is where the planets were when he was born. Then he got knighted in 01 during a Mercury period, bringing happiness. Diagnosed with dyslexia, although he probably had it most of his life, during a Mercury-Saturn period. Mercury is the intellect. Saturn is sitting in the house of um, reputation. And then uh, he got COVID in 2022 during a Rahu period. Rahu is virus, represents virus. I don't know if he was hospitalized. And in 2023, he got the Golden Globe Award for Best Picture for basically the story of his life during a Venus period. Again, entertainment. So basically, his successes come through those three planets: Moon, Jupiter, Venus, in the house of entertainment, and setbacks, were from some of the other weak planets. So if we strengthened the weak planets, which are all of the planets except Rahu and Ketu, with my favorite remedy, a kavash, which contains a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for those planets. And then he's a very big philanthropist. So he's already remedying Rahu and Ketu, giving to spiritual organizations, probably the temple, and also helping people who cannot help themselves, Rahu. So, uh, very, very great director. Wish him well, and join us for our next celebrity astrology um, uh, diagnosis. Thank you so much. If you're interested in getting a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com, or also learning Vedic astrology as well and getting certified if you want to do that. Thank you again for listening.